Hi everyone, I'm Hammi and welcome back to my channel. I make budgeting videos on my channel, and if that's something you're interested in, do consider subscribing. Today I'll be sharing my October budget, and the amount that I'm budgeting with is 69,650. So if you're somebody new and watching my video for the first time, I have three sources of income. That is from my salary and my private practice and my rent. For my rent and my private practice, I do not budget the whole income for my personal spending because I put back 30% of whatever I make from both of these categories back to business. I am a zero-based budgeter. I like to give every rupee a direction. So I use that system of budgeting, and I feel like that works for me. But from the month of October, I still do the zero-based budget system, but I am also applying the conscious spending plan by Ramit Sethi. So firstly, into my savings and investment, typically in the conscious spending plan, I should be putting 10% of my income into it, but I have tweaked, I have sat down and worked on the numbers, and this is what I've come up with. So into savings and investment, I have three categories. Emergency fund always gets 2,000 rupees. This is something that I decided to put every month because in the beginning of this year, I had already deposited 50,000 rupees into my emergency fund, and after that, I have decided to put 2,000 rupees each month. So emergency fund gets 2,000 rupees. Into my public provident fund, I always allocate 5% of my income. So that is 3482. And into my SIP, I am allocating 1,000 rupees. So when we add these three categories up, it adds up to 6482. 6,482 is actually 9% of this total income. So when I subtract 6482 from 69,650, I get a balance of 63,168 rupees. Into my fixed cost and utilities, these are my non-negotiables. These are things that I need to budget for every month. So LIC gets its usual 2460, siblings fund gets its 1000. Into EMI, I have allocated its usual 13,615. My sister's room rent gets 4,500. Subscription, I am allocating 1,300. Usually, I allocate 1,800 into my subscription. That's because I have two phone connections, so both of them I recharge 300 each month. So that adds up to 600 rupees, and then my Netflix subscription is 199, and then Tata Sky is 400 for the month, and then 600 rupees is for my Wi-Fi connection. So that's 1799. So each month I have to pay 1799 for subscription. Last month my brother recharged the Wi-Fi connection, so I have some money left over, and that is why I am only budgeting 1,300 this month. And then for my ration, I am allocating 3,000 this month. Petrol gets its usual 3,000. 3,000 works really fine for me. And then for food and groceries, I have 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees seems to be working really fine. So I am putting 5,000 again this month. If I feel like 5,000 is not enough, then next month I can put 5,500 or 6,000 rupees. And then into my extra debt payment, I spoke about this in my previous video, where now I'm focusing on paying extra into my debt. I want to increase the monthly EMI for this loan. This is an SBI personal loan, and I am paying 13,615. And if I keep paying this EMI, this loan will take 7 years to pay off, but I want to pay it off a little bit early. And to be very realistic, I cannot pay an EMI amount of more than this. I also need to look after so many other things in life. So what I'm doing is, every month I'm putting some extra money and I'm saving it up in my savings account. And when I reach a significant amount, I will increase the EMI amount. So what happens is, even if I don't get a raise, I can still increase the EMI amount because that will get deducted from this money that I save up. So that's the plan for now. So this month I'm putting 5,000 rupees. I had a recurring deposit and I stopped that account because right now paying my debt off is more important. I had 5 financial goals for this year. I'll share it with you. First was to start investing. I already did that. I started investing from the month of January. And second was to deposit 50,000 rupees into savings. That also I did. And this was because I used a lot of money from my savings for a surgery last year. And there was a really big dent in my emergency fund. So I wanted to refill it again. So I put 50,000 rupees into savings, and when I was able to deposit 50,000 rupees into savings, after that I decided to put 2,000 rupees into savings every month. I have an aim of building up an emergency fund of 3 to 4 lakh rupees, and I want to do that, but right now I want to pay off my loan first, because emergency savings, even if I don't have 1 or 2 lakhs, I still have a decent amount that can carry me through for 1 or 2 months. And I stay in my hometown, I have my family with me, so I think I am safe in that matter. My third financial goal of the year was to pay off a personal loan of 13,200, and this also I was able to do. I paid this off. And then my fourth financial goal was to start depositing 5% of my income into PPF, and this I have started. Like, I have put 3482 into my PPF from this month on, and this is 5% of 69,650. And now the last financial goal that's remaining is to save up a car down payment of 2 lakhs. For this to happen, I want to be able to pay off at least half of this loan so that I can take a car loan and then, buy the new car. So I'm working on that by putting extra debt payment. Every month this number may change, and for the month of October, I'm putting an extra debt payment of 5,000. There are only two options for this loan to get paid earlier, that is to directly pay the whole remaining amount or to increase the EMI, both of which I cannot do right now. So I'm just saving up some money, and then maybe in 2-3 months or 5-6 months I'll increase the EMI. So when we add all this up, the total is 38,875, and this amount minus 63,168, the remaining balance is 24,293. My fixed costs and utilities is 55% of the income that I have this month. So I think this is fairly good. And then coming to my sinking funds, which are my short-term savings, I am allocating 5% of my income into it. So 5% of 69,650 is 3482. From this 3482 into car maintenance, I have allocated 1,000. H&M is my health and medical. It's not that H&M, it's health and medical. I have allocated 1,000 rupees, and health and medical will cover for over-the-counter medicines, and I have also started some supplements because I have hypothyroidism. I have been very fatigued and very tired. So I just started some supplements, and those expenses will be covered from here. Pets got 482, and into my travel and vacation I'm putting 1,000 rupees. I was supposed to put more into it because the goal for this was 10,000 rupees up to the month of October. And I have 8,000 rupees saved up. So when I add this, it will be 9,000. So I'll be short 1,000 rupees. But why I'm not putting 2,000 is because that trip, it might not happen. There's a chance that it might not happen. So I am just allocating 1,000 rupees. So 3482 minus 24,293, I have a remaining balance of 20,811 rupees. Then comes my last, that's the guilt-free spending. Into my guilt-free spending, I am putting 31% of my income. October is my birthday month, so for my birthday, I am budgeting 5,000 rupees. Eating out will be getting its usual 1,500. This is an amount that I intentionally decided to allocate every month, 1,500 rupees and not more than this. Into personal, I am putting 3,500. I wanted to budget 4,000 into it, but I have some rollover money from the month of September, so 3,500 should do. And then for my miscellaneous category, whatever is left, I have allocated that is 10,328 rupees. For my miscellaneous category, it might seem that I have allocated too much money into it. If it were other times, I would have felt like instead of putting 10,328 into miscellaneous, I should actually be putting money into extra debt payment. But since I am budgeting using the conscious spending plan, I am giving myself permission to do this. So 10,328 will cover everything else, all the unexpected expenses, gifts, pocket money and everything. And funnily enough, since I am using this conscious spending plan, I don't mind putting 10,328 328 into miscellaneous instead of putting it here. I don't know, I just don't mind putting it here. I feel like it's okay because I am putting 13,650 into debt and an extra of 5,000 rupees. So I feel like I am putting money into debt. And then all of my fixed expenses are allocated for. I have not left any of the categories. I have put money into my emergency fund. I have put money into my public provident fund. I am investing. All my sinking funds are allocated for. So I feel like, okay, this is giving me permission to spend some money on myself instead of feeling guilty. So it might be too early to say, but right now I feel like it's okay. So yeah, this is my budget for the month of October, and I'm really excited to try this. At the end of the month, I will share if this way of budgeting is working for me or not and how I felt about it. If you're still here and watching this video, thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon in my next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.